You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the night watch zone. Watch zone.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
Watch zone.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
It's showtime!
What's up? What's up? Here we are ready to rock and roll SMC, baby. What's up, Coriander?
Hey, not much. How are you?
All right. I'm good. Guess what?
What?
We are heading into Rob Zombie territory. On this channel, man, it's like it's a roller coaster, man, because we've had a lot of conversations about some of his movies, and I think we all know where I'm kind of pointing to. But tonight, we're going to be talking about The Devil's Rejects from 2005. And it's going to be really, really interesting for you guys that are here. Thank you so much for coming over from the collective stream. We appreciate all the support. A blanket hello to everyone. We got our brother from down under, Ginger Ninja. What's up? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Just thank you for all your kindness and friendship. We appreciate it, man. Seriously. Scott, hey, what's up, Scott? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, who else do we have? We got the Queen in the house. Sarah is in the house. What is up, Sarah? Good to see you. Hope you've
Hello.
been doing well. Awesome, awesome. Val, we got Kelly,
Right.
Paula,
Hey,
Samantha,
Kelly.
DJ,
Nice.
Erica. All right.
Hey,
Thank you guys so
Samantha.
much.
Yeah.
Great to have you guys here.
Hmm.
So Coriander, let's talk about
Mega
the Devil's
Giants. Yeah.
Rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mega Giants in the house. Good to see
Woo-hoo.
you, man. Hope you're doing well.
Mhm.
Let's talk about and Val, thank you so much also for
Mm.
putting the link in for Steven's
Yes.
tribute, the Venmo, and also the PayPal if you'd like to donate to his family, specifically his daughter Lydia. That is the only two ways that you can do it, and we really appreciate all the support for our brother Steven. So much
Mhm.
love to him and his family. Um,
Yes.
so Coriander, when we talk about the Devil's Rejects, what's
Mhm.
the first thing that you remember when you first saw this film? What
Mhm.
was your whole thoughts going into it? Had you already seen House of a Thousand Corpses, which was the
Oh,
movie
yeah. I
before
was
this?
looking forward to part two of the Firefly family saga. Definitely.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Did you have any particular expectations? Because I know there were some people that obviously noted
Yeah.
how different Rejects is
Hmm.
from House.
Yeah. No. No, I just, was I don't like to, you know, put out expectations just to get disappointed and
Mhm.
so no, I wasn't really. Nope, I was just going for it.
Okay.
So
You know, I
yeah.
saw this film. Hey May, good to see May in here, and Russell. What's up, man? Gene as well.
Hey.
All of you guys, welcome, welcome. We
Mhm,
appreciate it. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do. Travis in the house. All right. You know, I saw this movie in the theater and I didn't know exactly what
mhm,
to expect. Um, and the movie starts off right off the bat, it kind of feels a little bit different. You do have the voiceover, which is very
mhm.
reminiscent of TCM, John Larroquette. Shout out to John Larroquette for one of the greatest voiceovers in horror history, maybe in movie history. But
Right?
look at this place, man. This is totally out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And we know that
Well,
Rob had a huge affinity for that classic film and Toby Hooper.
mhm.
But um, we see all these cops coming
A
to this
lot
house.
of places though that are out, deep in its own little space can
Mhm.
always look creepy and just like that. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what else got kinda
yeah.
creepy? Our man William Forsythe, who
Yeah.
is an amazing character actor. I always love seeing him, even when he's playing an absolute jerk like he did in Halloween
He's
2007. He's great.
yeah. Yeah.
He's
He's good
great.
in this too.
He's very good in this. I mean, this movie,
He's such a dick, but he's so
he
good.
is. Well, you know,
Yeah.
I might, and I wasn't even thinking about this at first, but I might even go as far as to say, you know, this movie is on his shoulders quite a bit. Like if he
Mhm.
doesn't work as a character, this film falls apart because it's so much
Mhm.
from his POV as far as what happens, but he's leading like
Yeah.
a
Yeah, he's
squadron
got
of
Doofy
cops.
next to him,
He's
right?
look at him. You gotta
I
love the
know.
sideburns. You gotta love it.
Yeah, those mutton chops.
Right? Listen, there has to be at least 90 cops that are
Mhm.
going to this stronghold. We still don't know exactly what's happening, but then we see some familiar faces. Of course, the great
Mhm.
Bill Moseley as Otis, and we realize that the Firefly family that we had seen in House of a Thousand Corpses, they're the ones in this house. They still got
Mhm.
tons of victims, some that are alive, some that are not, and they
Yeah.
realize they're surrounded and they're ready to fight. I mean, this
They're
opening
screwed,
scene,
right?
this opening scene is a shootout. What did you think of
Yeah.
this opening scene, the way Rob crafted it?
I mean, it starts out quick, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Um, it was great. You know, it was good. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean,
Continue.
yeah, I mean, I think that Sarah just Sarah said SMC. I always think you're calling me Sarah Marie Campbell. Oh, okay. Now, can I just say something? Sarah, you have one of the coolest middle names of all time because that is my grandmother's name. And so I always have had an affinity for that. So that's really cool. I didn't know that. Now we know.
Yeah, that's my mother's middle name also, Marie.
Ooh, well, see, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
Gore, what's up, man? Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you being here. Nice intro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. You know me. You know me. Um, so yeah, this is a huge shootout. This is totally like this opening is almost like a mini movie in and of itself because the family is basically holed up in this house. They've got,
Mhm.
as you can see, their own little suits of armor. They've got guns. I mean, they're
Yeah.
ready to go down. But the question is, what's going to happen? And of course, they get overrun, and we get
Mhm.
this great title card as Otis and Baby, Bill Moseley and Sherry Moon Zombie are running down into the basement area to get out, basically the back door, basically a hidden passage. And they're running through the basement, and you realize there's like, I don't know, like 20 people down there that are prisoners, and they
Yeah.
go into this one face right here of this lady screaming, and then boom, just pops up the Devil's Rejects. Total
Mhm.
throwback to the 70s. I really
Yeah,
love
that's
this
great.
aesthetic. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, this is a
His
great
style,
aesthetic.
I like it. Yeah.
He was able
But
to really
these
do what he wanted to do with his style
Mhm.
in this film, and it worked.
Mhm. It did.
Yeah, it really, really did. Um, and as the film, starts kind of getting going in those first 10 minutes or so, you see Baby and Otis, they're going through the swamps. They're just basically on the run, and you're just thinking to yourself, okay, what are they gonna do? Like at this point,
Mhm.
you're kind of reintroduced to these characters, but they are a little bit different. Mostly I speak about Otis is different, and we can get into that later on because Bill Moseley has talked about that as well. But
Mhm.
they have this one lady that they basically play the okey doke on. Baby's laying in the road. She comes to help Baby, and then Otis comes from behind and just stabs her. I mean, the brutality right in the beginning of the
Mhm.
film is at like a 10, you know?
Oh, yeah, this
Yeah.
is a definite brutal film.
Yeah, yeah. And real quick in the chat, Travis was saying, can it be donated to at any time? Yes, as far as I know, it can. And so those are the links, the two different ways that you can. So please make sure that you guys, if that is something that you would like to do, which we highly encourage,
Yeah.
please, please, please do that. And let me see if I can pin that to the top. I'm not sure if I can find it in the chat. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so I'm going to pin that to the top. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Um
Mhm.
so yeah, as this story starts to unfold, we're starting to meet other characters, and this is the cool thing about Rob Zombie, especially in this film, is that he really utilizes tons of classic character actors of horror and
Mhm.
thrillers and exploitation films and so forth. Michael Berryman, I mean, look, we don't
Yeah.
need to say anything else.
No. It
Classic.
was so cool. I got to meet that man, so it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta
Ken
love
Faree.
cons. Yeah.
Absolutely. We got
Yeah.
Ken Faree, obviously, from Dawn of the Dead and so many other great movies. I'm a huge fan of his. Obviously, in Halloween 2007, he was Joe Grizzly, and
Yeah.
it was great seeing him in this. He had a really good role in this film, but just in the beginning, we had no idea, but it becomes some really good stuff. We catch up with Captain Spaulding, the late great Sid Haig. And,
Yep.
again, Sid was a great character actor, and he was so good in this role. He's trying to find a way to hide the family away because he sees on the news that the compound had been raided, and
Mhm.
Widell is basically like, I'm coming for you guys, and blah blah blah. So Captain Spaulding is trying to figure out where can we hide, and that's when we realize that he has a relationship with Ken Faree's character. And so, anyways, it's the building blocks. This is one of those movies
Yep.
again. They're just starting right on up. Let's talk
Mhm.
about the hotel scene. We've got the great Jeffrey Lewis, Priscilla
Mhm.
Barnes, who I always knew from Three's Company when
Little
she
House.
Little House, yep. But especially Three's Company for me, man, growing up as a kid, that was one of my
Little House for me.
favorite shows.
Yeah.
She took over for Suzanne Summers, so that was huge. You know what I mean? But a bunch of character actors in this part, but the hotel scene is when Baby and Otis basically take over and are
Mhm.
just totally torturing these folks. What did you
Oh
think
yeah.
about this scene in general, how it was played out?
Yeah, this poor old fool, if he just maybe ignored her and
He's
walked away with his
he
ice,
still would have got her.
maybe, but
Yeah.
maybe he had a chance if he didn't fall for the, ooh, young lady that's, you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, once they got into that room, you knew it was over. And I
Yeah.
just felt bad for these guys because,
Yeah.
yeah, they like I said, it's just brutal.
It is brutal,
So,
man. I
yeah.
mean, they absolutely um torture them, they berate them, they
Yep.
disrespect them. They
Yep.
killed one of their friends right in front of them. I mean, they were absolutely it was put it this way, I've seen this movie, quite a few times over the years, and it
Mhm.
still is brutal to me. Like I can still, kind of be like, "Ooh, wow. Oh, the way that it's shot, it's
Mhm.
very gritty." And all the actors are totally committed. Just like again, Sid in this scene, coming up to just a lady. He needs a vehicle because he ran out of gas. Comes up to this lady who has a kid. We realize that it's actually PJ Souls, so we got another cameo, which was just awesome. I mean, it was
Mhm.
totally awesome, pun intended. Um, but there was
Oh,
this. Hey, come on, man! I got a rip for 78. But this scene really showed a lot of the intensity in Sid as far as Captain Spaulding, because he plays it off like a happy-go-lucky, funny character, blah blah blah. But when he basically said, "I'm gonna need your car," and she was gonna like deny him, look at this, look at the way he looks at her. It's like his smile totally evaporated. And, did I stutter, bitch? You know what I mean? It's like, oh no, like don't don't piss off this clown, okay?
right?
Don't do that. And he even had the scene where he got
Mm-mm.
in the car with the little boy and scared the crap out of this kid just by saying, if you don't come up with a better reason, I'm gonna come
Yeah,
back for
the
you.
kid though,
Like,
I don't know,
wow.
kind of had this look on his face that I don't know. He didn't look too scared at the moment,
Oh, you didn't buy it.
From the kid, no, because
Yeah.
no, I didn't.
It's
But it
okay.
was
It's
still,
okay.
yeah, it was a scene,
Yeah. It was. Um, and again, all these things are kind of happening at the same time. The hotel situation is not getting any better for these folks. And then it gets even
Mhm.
worse because Otis is like, okay, boys, talking to Jeffrey Lewis and the other guy, and I can't remember his name, but he's a great character actor too. And
Mhm.
basically says, we're gonna go on a trip. And it's like, oh no, and they're gonna leave the two ladies with Sherry Moon Zombie. I just think at this point in the movie, it had been so brutal that you're just absolutely you're just totally scared for all of these characters. I mean, look at the look on their faces, man. I mean, the intensity was just at a high. It really was.
Mhm.
There's no doubt at all in my mind. Real quick too, let me get to the chat. We got Gina who has a channel member anniversary, 29 months. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Gina. We appreciate you so much.
Ziggy. Yes.
Very, very cool. Saying snuggles to all from Ziggy. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
We appreciate that. Seriously.
Yep.
Um, and thank you so much, Val, for still putting in the links and everything. We really appreciate it. Um, Asa Movie says give Rob Zombie Hellraiser. Maybe. I mean, I think it could be interesting. The thing about Hellraiser to me is I think that if we're talking about his aesthetic, I think his aesthetic fits this type of film perfectly. It could fit TCM. Um, maybe Hellraiser. I think, but with Hellraiser, you also have to have kind of like some I don't know, it's hard to say, like Clive had this type of style to him that was so prevalent in the first two movies, which I think are the best. The new one wasn't that bad, but I don't know. I'd like to see what Rob could do with it. I'd like to see that. What do you think, Coriander? Do you think that Rob Zombie could do Hellraiser any justice?
Um, I, maybe, hard to tell what he could do, because maybe one movie I wouldn't do a two deal thing, because look what he did with Halloween too, right? With the whole white horse and
Yeah.
all that bullshit. But I mean, yeah, man, maybe.
All right. And we got Lamar in the chat too. What's up, Lamar? Good to see you. We got
Hey,
Jerry in the house saying hi, Coriander.
hello.
Good to have you here.
Yeah.
Who else? Val's like, I would have never watched this movie if it weren't for Unite. Yeah. But I think it's and Cora's got the quote. Yeah, that's what he said to the kid and everything. Oh my gosh. That was a hilarious scene. That's the thing too. There's like a lot of dark humor in this film, where you just almost have to laugh. It's so friggin' bonkers and out there. But Val, yeah, you watched it. And Val, let folks know what you thought of it as well, because this was definitely not something that, like you said, you would have watched otherwise. But let us, let everyone know what you think of it and so forth, and what the job of Rob Zombie, how he did it. So, but anyways, as we continue through the story, we go to the scene where this is where it starts to get really dark, because William Forsythe, you could tell that he's about to kind of go outside of the line, so to speak. He was talking about, I'm trying to walk the line. I'm trying to walk the line. Well, it goes down to Mother
Mhm.
Firefly, who's like in a dungeon. As soon as you see that she's like in a dungeon, you're like, oh man, this is not this is not good news. And he's got a load of books that they got from the compound, all this evidence, which
Mhm.
by rights, she's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the evidence against her, she's done. And
Yeah.
I know that he is just so ambitious and passionate about finding, as what everyone calls them, is the devil's rejects. But as soon as I saw this scene, I was like, oh, this is going to go into an interesting place. He's sitting there trying to sweet talk her and play the game. And then, it just goes off the rails, because she shows him the picture of his brother, who was in House of a Thousand Corpses, played by the great Tom Tolles. And
Yeah.
obviously he was killed. And man, William
Yeah.
Forsythe, talk about some passion, man. With this scene, how did you feel about his character as far as where he was going in this film?
I mean, geez, it wasn't going to be good.
Yeah.
His emotions were going to take over. You could
Yep.
tell, and it just wasn't going to be good for these guys. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he literally just, pushed her up against the wall, threatened her and
Mhm.
everything. And, she's crazy as
Strangling her.
hell, strangling
Yeah.
her.
If those
And she,
goons didn't pull him off, he probably could have killed her right there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but
So,
credit to Leslie in this role. I mean, just talking about, we'll get you. We'll get you. And she's bro, her laugh was like a
and her
witch
with
type
that
of
tongue,
laugh.
it's like, yeah, that's like nasty. It's like gross,
I
man.
mean, well, dude,
Yeah,
this whole family is
I know,
ridiculously
but
like,
it's like, come on,
but I thought for
put
what
that
it
dirty
was,
thing away.
I thought her performance was really, really good. But
Oh
that
yeah,
cackle, it was straight out of like a witch's laugh. Like, seriously, it was like, whoa, kind of makes you shiver. It really does. Oh
yeah.
my god.
Even some
Travis,
of the sweetest people have evil laughs, right?
well, that's true too.
That's
Um,
right.
Travis saying he's out for blood in his brother's name at this point. Yeah.
Mm,
King saying both of these movies were masterpieces. So there you go. Val saying
okay.
I actually liked this movie. Rob Zombie doing his his own thing is pretty good. His style can be over the top at times, but in this setting of his own film, it really fits. Yeah, like I said, this is an aesthetic that works for him. You know, Troy has an interesting opinion saying he wouldn't let Rob anywhere near Hellraiser or any other franchise. Maybe TCM if we can be guaranteed someone will punch up the dialogue. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
I hear you. I hear. I think TCM is really the only place, um, as far as a big franchise that's established, that I would feel comfortable putting him in. You know. Let's see who else. Kelly saying I saw them out of order because I came across this one first. Ooh, that must have really confused you because House is so different. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine watching them backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are definitely different. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that House of a Thousand Corpses can lead into this in a way because
Mhm.
the idea of it is that they're obviously still doing what they were
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
And Otis, he's changed a bit. In this film, Rob was basically kind of structuring him off of Manson, and you can see that. Whereas in House, he was much more this like uh evil priest like version of Otis. But I mean, people do change. So I mean, it's not a huge jump, but it's a different type of movie than House for sure.
Mhm.
But I still
Yeah.
like watching both of them back to back. How
Oh,
about you? Do you like watching them
yeah.
back to back? Yeah.
If having the time and the chance, sure, these would
Yeah.
be good. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Kay, yeah, I mean, we might be talking about Three from Hell at some point soon. I mean, we're not there yet because we're not even at the end of this movie yet. But yeah, that's obviously the third film in the trilogy. So King saying I met Bill Moseley at a horror con last year. He is an awesome guy. He really is. He really is. We got a chance to meet
Definitely
him,
is.
and it was he talked to us for a good 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Very
it
cool
was
guy.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool guy, and is very appreciative of the fans. Um, but as we kind of move away from Widell and him dealing with Mother Firefly, we get back to Otis is on a mission with the boys, and presumably we
Yeah.
knew he was going to get some guns and stuff. Man, Bill Moseley is just so good in this role. He really,
Mm,
really, it's almost like this role was meant
was made
for
for
him.
him.
I can
Definitely.
I can easily say this is one of his best roles because it seems so I don't know, natural sounds way too cliche, but it does. It
Yeah.
seems so damn natural for him. And he can
Mhm.
kind of ride that line between intensity and dark humor. And he does. He does that throughout the whole movie, ride that line back
Yeah,
and forth.
he
What did
does.
what did you think was going to happen in this scene? Did it play out the way you thought it was going to play out?
Well, it had been a while since we saw this, so
Yeah.
I knew these guys got it, but I just couldn't remember but when the scene played on, yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, when you first see this, I didn't think I at least thought they'd make it back to the hotel,
Yes.
but
Yes.
yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. But yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I thought so too, and it was funny because they're like, "What are we doing out here?" And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna come and get some guns. That's what I'm gonna be doing." And the guy was like,
Mhm.
and he's like, "And nothing. And it's the end of the road." And I was like, "Holy crap!" I mean, he's basically telling them what's gonna happen. There was the little bit of moment though where they were tussling, and I think these two reacted in the way that they should have. I mean, obviously they didn't do enough. But this is a scene
Mhm.
that's very, very iconic as far as Bill Moseley in this role, just saying, I am the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work. And it's just like, wow, he's just he can be so damn
Yeah,
intense. Him
and
and
not
Sid.
only that, yeah, he pulled his hair away from his face so that
Yeah.
he could see him and he could see, that dude could see,
Yes.
could see him.
Yeah,
So
it was a great I mean, again, a lot of times people don't give, enough respect to character actors, especially of horror,
mhm,
but, so many of them are talented, and Rob Zombie does use a lot of great character actors in his movies, and I think, it has been a good thing for Rob's movies, and this is a great example, I think, that Bill brings so much capability to this role, and also this, it just stands out. He stands out. He helps this movie stand out. But we've got that going on. We've got Spaulding coming to get up with the family, catch up with the family, and we still have Baby at the hotel with the ladies. This was a tough scene too, where she basically makes them beat up each other, and it's like, oh my God, what are we doing here? I mean, these people have been through enough. The other lady, not Priscilla Barnes, but the other lady says she has to go to the bathroom. You knew there was going to be some tomfoolery in that scene. Did you think there was any possibility that they were going to make it out of this, or maybe escape? I mean, it's just one lady. I mean, Baby's, it's just one
Yeah, but
lady.
she's friggin' crazy.
She is crazy.
They're both crazy, but it's like, who would you want to be left with? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like I could maybe survive a little bit longer with Bill versus what the hell? I can't think of his name in
Baby.
this. But,
Oh, Otis.
well, yeah, there we go. Otis
Yeah.
versus Baby. Because, yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. But they do get a gun, and you would think that would be
Yeah.
a possibility, but she kind of, talks Priscilla out of shooting her. I keep saying Priscilla because that's her actual name. But anyways, she's got a knife and throws it right at the heart. I was like,
Yeah, that
oh
was a good
my
shot.
God.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. The other girl gets a chance to run out the door. She actually would have gotten away from Baby, and then boom, Spaulding comes, knocks her out, and it's on. It's absolutely on. The family is back together, so to speak. But they also
Yeah.
have their own I don't know, kind of connections and backstories and all that type of stuff. It was actually kind of funny, especially when you have scenes like this where Bill Moseley and Sid Haig are just kind of, razzing each other. I thought they had great chemistry though. What did you think of their chemistry, especially these two?
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the situation that everyone's in, I'm surprised they didn't kill each other because there were
Yeah.
moments that it was like, wow, it gets intense. But
Yeah.
I mean, they've gone through a lot and,
Yep.
they're a family. So family sticks together. And
Yep. They stick
so,
together.
yeah,
Well, it's them against the world because, they're
pretty
being
much,
hunted.
man. Yeah.
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 Yep. Yep. After that, though, they have to escape. And we see that scene where Widell comes. Look, as soon as you see Danny Trejo in a movie,
Yeah.
it's
You're like,
bad
all
news.
right.
But I love Danny Trejo. Every time I see him,
Same.
he's just amazing. We got Diamond Dallas Page from the world of wrestling. As soon as I saw him, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, he's the muscle. This is crazy. These are basically the mercenaries that Widell has hired to hunt down the Devil's Rejects. And you just know that is ultimately going to be some type of showdown with these folks. And it's probably
Yep.
not going to end up good.
Right.
And but I think the other thing too it shows is that a scene like this where they're riding away in the van, stolen van, of course, from the folks in the hotel,
Hmm.
they're arguing, and then they're arguing about things like, can we stop and get some ice cream? This is how crazy and psychotic
Yeah. They
these
want
people
some
are.
tutti fucking fruity, babe. Come on.
Exactly. Who, are you going to be that hungry for ice cream when the world is hunting you? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
If that's
I
gonna be
guess
like the
so.
last thing you could eat,
Well, they
hell
don't
yeah, I'm
think it.
gonna get some ice cream. Maybe not tutti fucking fruity, but I'm gonna
Right.
get some ice cream,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
DDP. That's right. No, I mean, but they don't know it's the last one, you know.
No,
They
they
don't
don't.
know it's the last. They just
No.
want some stuff. Let's go back to William Forsythe. This is when we really get everything cemented. He goes, he's basically having a vision. He
Yep.
sees his brother, obviously Tom Tolles from the House of a Thousand Corpses. Again, another great
Mhm.
character actor. He was great in House of a Thousand Corpses. And he's basically like, avenge my death, kill them now.
Mhm.
I mean, he was intense. I was like, shit. And William
Yep.
Ford, you find out it's a dream, but you really get it cemented. He is going to die trying to honor his brother's death. to get that revenge. That's what I take
Mhm.
away from this scene, because he is just so locked in. He goes back down to Mother Firefly, and obviously he kills her. It's like,
He
oh
does.
no. Because he was telling his brother in the vision, in the nightmare, I should say, he's like, I'm trying to walk the line, I'm trying to hunt them down, and the vision of his brother is basically like, you got to do whatever you got to do to get these motherfuckers, and it's like, holy shit, man. So that
Yeah.
intensity, I think what Rob Zombie did well in this film, he had that balance of the intensity, and there was tons of it, but he also had the
Mhm.
light moments, because the Devil's Rejects, they get held up by our good friend Ken Foree. And it was such a funny scene, because he's like, hands up. He's got his shotgun. Otis is like,
Mhm.
you talked us into driving all the way out here for this guy to hold us up and blah, blah, blah. And we find out that it's a joke. It's a joke
Yep.
that him and Spaulding have done to people over the years, because they're old buddies, brothers, as they
Mhm.
say, and so forth. At this point, I'm kind of feeling like the Devil's Rejects. It's funny, like, oh, they found a place to hang out, to kind of
Mhm.
regroup. How did you feel at that point?
Well, when I first saw that chick, I was like, Pee-wee, hello. But yeah, right. She was in Big Adventure.
Yep,
But
yep, that's right.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, the fact that they were able to kick back and get
Yep,
a bath and get some beer and
get
pot.
some rest.
Oh yeah. Right. Why not?
Yep, yep, absolutely. Travis was saying, I think when they were getting ice cream, getting caught wasn't realistic to them. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like they were comfortable, because if you're
Mhm.
being hunted by the law, stopping to get ice cream isn't on my shopping list, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I think they were just really comfortable because they had power. You know what I mean? They just exhibited a lot of power at that hotel, and that's
Mm.
what they always have done. We got Jake in the house. What's up, Jake? Saying peak
Hey.
zombie for sure. There you go, man.
Mhm.
There you go. Good to see you, brother. Hope that you are doing well. It was an awesome stream earlier. You guys definitely check out Jake. We had a great collective stream there. Yeah, so they're comfortable. But all good things come to an end. We have this scene where Widell basically cuts off Ken Foree and Michael Berryman when they were trying to pick
You
up some
missed like one
chickens.
of the best scenes.
Dude, listen, I'm dancing around it.
I
There's
know,
not
cancer.
there's not much that I don't do that isn't on purpose. It was a
All right.
hilarious scene. It was hilarious. If you don't know,
Shoot.
watch The Devil's Rejects. It was hilarious. Michael Berryman was funny in it too. But Widell basically says, "Hey, I know Spaulding and the Rejects. Make sure they're at your place tonight at midnight. And if
Mhm.
you don't, I'm basically going to take you in. You don't want to mess with me. Blah blah blah." So basically, he's leaning on him. He's got leverage on him, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh no, this is
Yep.
gonna suck. This is really gonna suck," because at this point we know he's got the mercenaries, and there they are, Danny Trejo and Diamond Dallas Page, that are going to
Yep.
be there, and he says to them, I don't care what condition they're in, I just want them alive long enough so I can, you know whatever before they die. I'm dancing
Mhm.
around a lot of the words, but you guys get the point. um it's bad news. Danny Trejo is not, he's not a ham and egger. That's all I gotta say. We got we got Rachel in the house. What's up, Rachel? Good to see
Yeah.
you. Hope you're doing well.
Mhm.
Sarah's putting the links in the chat. Thank you so much, Sarah. We got the link for Jake. Make sure you guys support my brother. He is absolutely amazing, and we would love for you guys to support him. Travis saying hi. We got Scott saying hi. You guys are awesome. Just the way you guys just so cool with each other. We really appreciate all
Right?
the positivity. So, I'm not gonna take too much long on this, because we know what's gonna happen. They're partying, the music is great, the soundtrack is great, we all know it. And Danny Trejo and Diamond Dallas Page, known as the Unholy Two.
Yep.
You gotta love that. That's totally from the 70s. The Unholy Two were
Right?
hired to do it. They were hired to do a job. They kill everybody except for the rejects.
Mhm.
It was like, wow. I mean, you talk about getting caught with your pants down. Literally, that's what happened. Otis is getting thrown out of a window, and it's like at this
Yeah, he
point,
was.
yeah, and at that point, he had exhibited just so much dominance. Once you saw him getting ragdolled like that, you're like, this is bad news. This is over for them. You know, they are
Right?
badass bounty hunters. That's right. We got Widell coming in right as Spaulding was kicking back and smoking, and basically it was kind of like one of those standoff moments. He's like, if you're gonna start the killing, you better start it right here. Make sure I'm dead, or else I'm gonna come back for you, and blah blah blah. And Widell shoots him.
Yep.
He doesn't kill him, but he shoots to wound him. And I'm like, damn, this is bad. We got
Right?
Rachel saying, never seen Devil's Reject. Zombie is not my cup of tea in general. Seriously think the dude could benefit from some therapy. There you go. Well, I will tell you this, Rachel, as a tip of the hat to, especially the 70s, the exploitation films of that day and so forth, TCM as well. I think his aesthetic fits this really well. And again, it's something that you'd understand if you saw it. I definitely would say it's worth a watch. I don't think it's for everyone. It's definitely intense, but those revenge thrillers, exploitation films from back in the day, this is definitely cut from that mold. And
Yeah.
Zombie, he fits it. He really
Yeah.
fits it. So they're rounded up, they were captured, beaten real bad,
Mm.
rounded up, and somehow, this is the funny part. I want to throw it to you. Somehow Widell thinks, well, let me bring them back to their compound, tie them to a chair, and literally torture the shit out of the Devil's Rejects. What were you thinking at this point? I mean,
Yeah.
there's no hope
Well,
at this point, right?
I mean, the torture didn't get too bad, right? Getting shit
No.
stapled to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would hurt. Okay,
Hmm.
if anything, friggin' baby here got the worst out of, he had it out for her,
He did.
and he,
I think it's because
definitely,
Mother always called her an angel, and he knew that she was so special to her,
yeah,
and obviously to Spaulding as well, because that's his daughter.
yeah, I guess. I
Yeah.
didn't know if is he actually or does she just
Hey,
call him that? I don't know.
well, that's what they said. I'll just take them at their word, but
Yeah.
he's torturing the shit out of him, explaining the whole thing, talking about his brother and how, you bastards killed him and blah, blah, blah. And
Mhm.
I'm a part of righteous vigilante justice. My family's always been vigilante justice. And he drank the Kool-Aid. He has, he has crossed over. He's literally
Yeah.
become the thing that he had been hunting at this point,
Oh yeah, when
in
he
my
woke up
opinion.
from that dream, it was like, another alternate universe on, and he's gonna go and kill this friggin' group of killers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was showing pictures of people that
Yep.
they killed, and he's basically just when he nailed the nails, hammered the nails
Oh yeah.
into them. That was horrendous. It was like, oh my God, he's really
Yeah,
he's
that
really
would
going
suck.
for it. He had
Yeah.
the prod, the electric shock and stuff like that. I mean, he was going all, and then he let baby go. He untied her and so forth and said, "Run." I mean, he's
Mhm.
literally become a psychopath. I mean, he already had that
Mhm.
within him, but like you said, once he had that nightmare, it just something in him just switched, literally. And she's running
Mhm.
away, and he's chasing her to hunt her down and kill her. It was
Mhm.
pretty intense. I had forgotten a
Yeah.
lot of what was happening at this point, though, for whatever reason. Maybe I was just caught up too much in the moment. But I
Mhm.
forgot that we had the scene where Ken Faree who comes back.
Yep.
Charlie comes back to save the rejects. And I was like, and it sounds so weird to say it, but I was kind of glad because he obviously betrayed them. He was kind of cornered into doing that, but he came
Right.
back to save them.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So that was a good thing.
it was. I mean, did you think that that he was going to be successful. I mean, I was like, well, this could be an easy way to explain how they get out of this because I didn't think they were going to
Um,
die.
yeah, well, yeah, I couldn't, yeah. I mean, maybe there was hope,
Hmm.
maybe, but I don't know, man.
I don't know either, but all I know is
Mm,
that Widell lit the basement on fire, so there's fire surrounding Spaulding and Otis while they're still nailed down into the chair. So it was
mhm,
like, how are they going to get out of this? Because they couldn't do it
right?
alone, and Baby and Charlie were the only ones left. But then Spaulding kills Charlie. I'm sorry,
Yep.
Widell kills Charlie, and I'm like, "Oh my god, are
Mhm,
you serious? This is crazy." And he's choking Baby. Nothing in the world would stop him except
mhm.
Tiny. Tiny comes
That's
from
it.
nowhere. From nowhere he comes. And we saw him in the beginning of the film dragging
Yep.
a body through the woods, and he was smart enough not to go to the compound when he saw cops going down
Yep.
the road. So yeah, I gotta admit that was kind of a smart story choice that Rob Zombie had because he wrote and directed this film. So that was kind of a
Mhm.
smart story choice. So Tiny comes and he saves Spaulding and Otis, pulls the nails right out of their arms, their hands,
Yep.
and he decides to stay. Like I
Mhm.
don't know. I guess he just figured, hey, I don't have anywhere else to be or something like that. But Otis was like, well, we'll be back for you. We'll come back at some point or something like that.
Well, he
Um,
lives down in the basement anyway, right? So
yeah, maybe he
with
figured that. Yeah,
he'd be, the family's gone. He probably thought I'd be safe here.
maybe.
You
Well, it
know.
was in flames though, so I don't know.
Well, I'm
Hard
saying
to say.
before all that shit.
Oh yes,
When the family was out running away and
right.
mom got arrested, and that's what I
Yeah.
was talking about. Not so much
Well,
when it's on fire.
that's a good
If
point. Yeah.
anything, you saw that he walked into the burning house and shut the door,
Yep. Yep.
and that was it.
Yep. Yep. Maybe he just figured, hey, it's all
Time to
over.
die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rachel, heading on out. Thank you so much for being here, Rachel. We appreciate it. Hope you have a good night, or I should say good day. So they're driving, and Rob Zombie, of course, always being a stylish director as he is, he's showing
Mhm.
little video clips of the three of them, the Devil's Rejects. I mean, they're totally like happy, dancing, smiling,
I
all
know.
cleaned up. Look at them. They're like, it's like they're at a barbecue or something. They're like happy go lucky. And then we
Yeah.
realize that they're driving in a car in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing out here. And it's like, how could they
Mhm.
ever be caught? Well, guess what? Somehow, some way, yeah. And look at how bloody they are too, man. I mean, they went through hell. The cops
Yeah.
are waiting. They've got a roadblock, and the Devil's Rejects are kind of looking at each other. I mean, look at this. This is worse than First Blood when they tried to stop Rambo, except Rambo was in this
Mhm.
huge friggin' truck that could mow right through it.
Right.
There's no hope at this point. I mean, I'm getting vibes of Bonnie and Clyde and all that. So all you see from this point on is the Devil's Rejects loading up their guns. They can barely
Yep.
move. They can barely do anything, and they
Mhm.
just get shot to hell. I
Yeah, they
mean,
do.
bullets are flying. You can see, wounds appearing in their arms, their chest, their shoulders.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then it cuts, fades. That's it.
Mhm.
What
That's
did you
it.
think? What did you think of this finale?
What a way to go down. Because I thought that was it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
yeah, they're getting hundreds of bullets shot their way. So
yeah. I mean, we're
yeah,
talking like
going
predator
down in a
level.
blaze of glory, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's exactly the way they looked at it.
Mm,
Sarah, Sarah said, "I don't think I'd like to go to one of their barbecues." Oh my
right?
god, that's great. Oh man, Scott, this is a great point too. Tell me what you think, Coriander, because I do want to go into this just for a quick moment. Scott saying, "I
Hmm.
can't hear Freebird without thinking of this scene." What do you
Yeah,
think of that, Coriander? I mean,
yeah.
do you
It's. I mean, he did a great job. Whoever was the person who put the music together for this movie. They
Yeah.
did good. The choices
Yeah,
they
well,
made.
Rob, yeah.
He did the music choices
Oh,
too, did
he
he?
did the music. Oh, yeah, well, I mean,
I
and he
don't
does
know.
that in all, well, no, I'm just saying in all of his movies, or at least, a huge percentage of them, he's just
Yeah.
so locked in, with the music, especially the soundtrack. He did that with Hulk,
Mhm.
obviously, and yeah, he was in charge of all that.
Yeah. Well, he did really good for the choices that he made. So
Mm, I
yeah.
agree. I think he did a heck of a job, and all of that music. It's so interesting to say. I mean, but it fits. So I definitely know
Hmm.
what you mean, Scott. The music just fits. It really, really does. So I think Rob did a great job with that. Val, thank you so much for continuing to put the link in the chat. Again, if you'd like to make some donations to Stephen, craving something scary for his family, especially his daughter's education, there are two ways to do it. And they're very easy to
Hmm.
do, guys. Very easy to do. You can use Venmo or you can use PayPal. And those are the two ways that you can do that. All right. So yeah, I think the ending was, yeah, I mean, Russell said it too. It's badass, the shootout. It's just
Hmm.
like how it started. You know, we had the shootout
Yep.
at the compound. The only difference is that this time it doesn't look good for them. I mean,
Nope.
they are getting aced out, and then it just cuts out. King saying a lot of great songs were chosen, no doubt at all about it. Again, this was at a time when Rob Zombie was still um I think he was still experimenting and trying to find his groove and so forth. I thought he did some really, really good things with it.
Hmm.
So, as always, you guys let us know in the chat. We want to take the time to basically give this a score of sorts. You know what I mean? Like, what do we think about this film? And there's a couple different ways that we usually like to do it. We have our badge system. So we've got the 4 badges, and that is basically saying that we think that the movie is excellent. It's great. We think it's something that is very, very entertaining, and it's something that you should even have on physical media. So that is for 4 badges. We've got 3 badges, meaning that we think that it's pretty good. It's enjoyable. We've got 2, meaning we could either take it or leave it, and the dreaded 1 badge, which means that we think it is horrendous. It's horrible. Something that we refer to as dark territory, aka blood cult, aka student bodies, aka good night, God bless, aka don't go in the woods alone. And if you don't know what those movies
Mm.
are, check out the Slasher Movie Club playlist and you will find out. So, Coriander, when we talk about
Hmm.
The Devil's Rejects from 2005,
Yeah.
was this peak Rob Zombie? And what's the score you want to give?
um, Peak Rob Zombie, I will say yes. And I will give it, um, I would say I would give this one 4.
Okay, we're going with 4 badges from Coriander. I saw this movie in the theater. I was really excited for it. It was one of those films that just seemed to have that old school throwback mentality, and I was not disappointed in the least. It was a very intense movie, and it was enjoyable in a theater experience because you had a lot of other people reacting. So for me, I agree. I'm gonna go with 4 badges. I do think this is peak Rob Zombie. This is one of his best movies, in my opinion. And I've seen just about all of his movies. I think the only
Mhm.
movie I haven't seen is The Munsters. And so I think that
Ugh.
this is an aesthetic that
Mm.
is so
Yeah.
suited to him and what he can do. The cast is great.
Mhm.
You have all these great character actors that came in and did some great stuff. So I think it's a really, really great movie doing what it set out to do. You know,
Yeah.
I really, really do. Sarah said I
Mhm.
prefer his music to his movies. I'm going with 2 badges. All right. We got
Okay.
Scott saying he said 3.5 badges. We can only do 3 or 4, man. There's no halves. But I hear what you're saying. That's a good score. Kay's coming in. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. King's going with 5. Wow. Okay.
Right.
What are we doing? Val says, I would give this 3 badges. I enjoyed watching it, but not one I would think to revisit. Fair enough. Fair
Okay.
enough. Travis is coming in with 4. Okay. Russell is going in with 4. All right. Kelly's going in with 3. Okay. Kay's going with 2. And Ace of Movies saying it's peak Rob Zombie. Samantha saying, how the heck did they survive that for the 3rd movie? You got to check out the 3rd movie.
Right.
I think that was the big question a lot of people had.
Mhm.
They make it work. I mean, movies can have a certain type of logic. They make it work. Erica's going with 4. All right. I've watched the Firefly trilogy several times. Some of my favorites for horror. Well, there you go.
All
Very,
right.
very cool. All right. Well, guys, there you have it for the Devil's Rejects from 2005. It truly does a lot of things that is so much in Rob Zombie's wheelhouse. It would be cool to see him maybe go back to something like this just to see, with the time that has passed now, 20 years. It's crazy to think that this film is 20 years
Yeah.
old, but it is.
Right.
It's 20 years old, man. But I definitely think it was some of his best work. So there
Mhm.
we have it. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. It means a lot. If you haven't hit the like button, we would appreciate that. Also, leave us some comments. Let us know what you think of the film, any favorite scenes you have, and maybe what you think of Rob Zombie, his career and what he chose to do with this film and what he did afterwards. I think that would be very cool as well. We have tons of links in the chat. We appreciate all you guys checking those
Mhm.
out. Sarah and Val and Erica and everyone. Thank you so much for helping out with that. It really makes a big difference. We got Jake's links in the chat. We got our link for our Patreon. Check that out if you'd like to support us there. We've got a lot of cool stuff that we're doing and also planning to do for the rest of spooky season, what we're calling Horrortober. And we'd appreciate any support that you guys would like to give. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you. And Erica, thank you for being here too. All of you, we
Yeah.
appreciate
Good night.
it. Absolutely. So we will catch you guys next time. We'll be here tomorrow night doing Damn Near Perfect. So make sure you guys check us out then. I think you're going to enjoy the topic, and Kill will be in rare form. So we will catch you guys next time. Take it easy. And as always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
Up church.